Welcome to Skyline News Drive. I am Marino Haniel. Governor Ademola Adeleke has appealed for the peace and unity in Osun State following his re-election as the All Progressive Congress considers its legal options after losing Saturday's governorship election. Adeleke was declared winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission after polling 511,067 votes against the APC's candidate Bola Oyebamiji, who scored 444,815 votes. The governor won 19 of the state's 30 local government areas, while Oyebamiji won 11. The declaration was made on Sunday by Saturday returning officer Professor Joshua Ogunwole, Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Oye Ekiti, confirming Adeleke's return for the second term. Former Kano State Governor and 2027 presidential candidate Rabiu Kwankwaso says his decision to align with Peter Obi ahead of the 2027 election was driven by the national interest, equity, and the need for political change. Kwankwaso also declared that former governors Ibrahim Shekarau, Abdullah Ganduje, as well as incumbent Governor Abba Yusuf have lost their political relevance in Kano State. He made the comments while reflecting on the political fortunes of former members of his political camp who have fallen out with him. Seen on Osun State, the national youth leader of the All Progressive Congress, Dayo Israel, has described Governor Ademola Adeleke's dancing and public performances as political strengths that helped him connect with voters. In an article shared on Facebook, Israel said, Adeleke's ability to sing, dance, and interact closely with the grassroots voters should not have been dismissed by his political opponent. He said the outcome of the Osun governorship election should prompt the APC to assess its campaign strategies and strengthen its connection with voters ahead of the 2027 general election. We move to business now. The federal government has introduced a new fiscal incentive for qualifying deep offshore oil and gas projects, allowing the profit oil sharing arrangement to restart at 70% for contractors and 30% for government. The provision is contained in the Deep Offshore Oil and Gas Project Incentive Tax Remission Order 2026, signed by President Bola Tinubu on August 6 and subsequently gazetted. The policy is designed to make new deep offshore developments more commercially attractive by allowing eligible projects to restart the profit oil sliding scale independently of older production within the same contract area. The National Sugar Development Council is seeking to attract $1 billion in investment into Nigeria's sugar industry as part of efforts to reduce dependence on imported sugar. The council is pursuing an engineering procurement and construction plus finance agreement with China's Sinopec, alongside a 10 billion naira sugar project acceleration fund established with the Bank of Industry. The NSDC says Nigeria consumes about 1.8 million metric tons of sugar annually, with approximately $1 billion spent on imports each year. Still on business, investment banker and FinTribe founder Jennifer Awirigwe has reiterated the organization's commitment to improving financial literacy and independence among Nigerian and African women. Awirigwe made the remarks in Lagos during the launch of the FinTribe mobile application. The platform provides users with tools to save, learn, invest, connect, and build wealth through a single digital platform. FinTribe says the app will make financial education and investment opportunities more accessible to its community of more than 20,000 active members across 42 countries. More stories after the break. Please do stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. Still on business, Guinea Insurance PLC has completed its recapitalization program, positioning the company to pursue new business opportunities with a stronger capital base. The insurance said it successfully concluded its rights issues and private placement in line with the minimum capital requirement for non-life insurance companies under the Nigerian Insurance Industry Reform Act 2025. The company has also been recognized by the National Insurance Commission as having met the applicable recapitalization requirements. Nigeria is intensifying efforts to develop its indigenous defense industry with plans to establish local production lines for armored vehicles, anti-drone systems, and other specialized military equipment. The initiative is being driven by the Defense Industry Cooperation of the Nigeria D7G in partnership with Eagles International for Defense Systems. The partnership is expected to promote technology transfer, expand domestic manufacturing capacity, and reduce Nigeria's dependence on imported military hardware. Deacon D7G says the initiative could create more than 200 jobs, including opportunities for about 100 retired military personnel. Now to security, the Kebbi Police State Government has arrested a 19-year-old woman, Kadaji Ibrahim, over the alleged theft of a newborn baby in Zuru local government area. Police said the suspect allegedly stole the baby shortly after the child's biological mother, Fatima Mohammed, gave birth. According to command, Kadaji allegedly offered to help the new mother fetch hot water before fleeing with the newborn. She was arrested on August 14th following an investigation into the incident, which reportedly occurred on July 23, 2025. Senior pastor of Dunamis International Gospel Center, Paul Enenche, has declared that Christianity is not subordinate to any religion in Nigeria. Enenche made this statement during the church's Sunday service in Abuja while reacting to comments attributed to Islamic cleric Sheikh Yahya Jingir concerning the continuation of a Muslim presidential ticket ahead of 2027 general election. The pastor condemned what he described as attempts to undermine the Christian faith and called on Christians to defend their place in the country. Former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has filed a 10 billion naira fundamental rights suit against the Independent Corrupt Practice and Other Related Offences Commission. The former governor is alleging that he was denied access to his wife, Asabe, and son, Abba El-Rufai, while in custody. The suit filed at the Federal High Court in Abuja also lists the ICPC chairman and the Attorney General of the Federation as defendants. El-Rufai is seeking several reliefs, including declaration that his fundamental rights under the 1999 Constitution remain enforceable despite his detention. More stories after the break. Please do stay with us. Thank you for staying with us on the news. Now we move to sport. 10-man Lens have defeated Paris Saint-Germain 1-0 to win the French Champions Trophy. Florent Thauvin scored the decisive goal in the first half as Lens secured victory despite being reduced to 10 men. The victory came in Lens' first match under new coach Dino and added to the French Cup title won by the club in May. PSG struggled to find their rhythm despite having recently won the UEFA Super Cup against Aston Villa. Chelsea forward Joao Pedro has emerged as the Premier League's leading pre-season scorer ahead of the new campaign. The Brazilian soccer scored 7 goals during Chelsea's preparations, including a 9-minute hat-trick against Western Sydney Wanderers. He also scored braces against AC Milan and Real Sociedad. Aston Villa teenager Brian Matjo in second on the chart with 5 goals. Nottingham Forest players, staff and fans have given striker Taiwo Awoniyi a farewell ahead of his expected move to newly promoted Premier League side Coventry City. Coventry have reportedly agreed a deal worth about £70 million for the Nigerian striker as the club prepares for its return to the Premier League. Awoniyi received a guard of honor as Forest concluded their pre-season program with a 2-0 victory over Stade Brestow's 29. The 29-year-old spent 4 years at Forest, scoring 23 goals in 103 appearances. And again, Arsenal's interest in Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen continues to dominate transfer discussions, with reports suggesting that an offer of more than £60 million could have convinced Galatasaray to sell the Premier League champions. Have been linked with the striker and could reportedly make a formal offer in the coming weeks. Arsenal is said to have previously inquired about Osimhen's availability during the discussions with Galatasaray over a possible transfer moving Gabriel Martinelli. However, the proposal deal for Osimhen reportedly separate from any potential Martinelli transfer. Still watching Sky News. Now we move to entertainment. And at the global box office, Spider-Man brand's New Day has reached another major milestone. The Tom Holland-led superhero film is crossed the $2 billion mark worldwide, becoming the second fastest movie ever reached the milestone after Avengers Endgame. The film achieved the feat after 3 weeks in the cinema, joining the elite group of movies to surpass $2 billion globally. The performance further strengthens the latest Spider-Man film as one of the biggest blockbusters of the year. Hollywood is mourning actress Hayden, who has died at the age of 36. Hayden was best known for her roles as Claire Bennett in the hit TV series Heroes and Juliet Barnes in Nashville. She also appeared in the Scream franchise and began her career as a child actor. Her death has been confirmed by her family through her publicist. No cause of death has been disclosed, and the circumstances are under investigation. Tributes have since been poured in from across the entertainment industry, remembering Hayden's career and contribution to television and film. Back to Nigeria now. There has been another major twist in the Big Brother Naija Season 11 Show Yourself House after head of the house, Niche voluntarily withdrew from the competition. Niche announced her decision to her fellow housemates shortly after Sunday night's live eviction showing, leaving many of them stunned and emotional. The housemates gathered the contestants in the lounge before telling them that she had decided to leave the reality show. However, Niche did not disclose the reason for her decision, leaving viewers and fellow housemates speculating about what may have prompted the unexpected exit. Her departure comes just after the eviction of Kamsi, adding another dramatic twist to the competition for the 160 million naira grand prize. We move now to Afrobeat superstar Davido is celebrating after his uncle, Governor Ademola Adeleke, secured a second term as Osun State Governor. Adeleke defeated his closest challenger in Saturday's governorship election, reinforcing the Adeleke family's political influence in the state. Davido had openly supported his uncle during the election campaign and was also involved in efforts to mobilize support for Adeleke. Following the victory, the singer has once again become part of the conversation surrounding the election, with his political influence and celebrity status attracting significant attention. We move to the foreign news now, where bad news where at least 54 people have been killed and more than 12,800 displaced following a powerful earthquake in eastern Indonesia. The 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck early Saturday, injuring more than 100 people. Thousands of displaced residents on Flores Island have been taking shelter in schools, police stations, and government buildings. Many residents are reportedly spending another night outdoors after more than 1,600 aftershocks were recorded. We move to Asia now, where China has a lot of sales. China retail sales and factory activity grew more slowly in July, falling short of forecasts and highlighting continued pressure on the world's second largest economy. Official figures showed retail sales rose by 0.6% in July, below the 1.5% forecast and down from 1% growth recorded in June. The figures have come to Beijing continuous efforts to boost domestic spending and sustain economic growth. We move to the United Kingdom now, where the government has published revised guidelines for dealing with certain land, buildings, and property interests that have become bona vacantia. The bona vacantia division announced updates on its procedures for referring unclaimed land and buildings and applying to purchase freehold reversions. The changes include revised indicative charges for distinct valuer fees where property valuation are required. That is all we have for you on Skyline News Drive this afternoon. I am Moreno Haniel. Do have a very beautiful afternoon.